Hillary Clinton just went on camera to address the Epstein files, and she used 5 separate deflection tactics in under 2 minutes to avoid answering a single direct question. But her body language exposed every single one of them. Let's see if you can spot one. Watch.
We have nothing to hide. We have called for the full release of these files repeatedly. Something is going on. They know it. I know it.
Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and today we are going to break down one of the most rehearsed interviews I have ever analyzed. So, Hillary Clinton sat down for an interview and was asked point blank about the Epstein files. And this is not just any interview. This is one of the first times she's addressed it directly on camera since the latest round of file releases. Now, before we even get to what she said, pay attention to her posture. From the very first second, she is hunched, her shoulders are tense, and she is using this very deliberate symmetrical hand gestures. That is important because when someone is being emphatic, you see asymmetry. One hand punches and the other stays. When someone is trying to appear balanced and controlled, you get this mirror effect with both hands. It's a performance of calm. And that performance starts immediately with her very first claim. Watch this clip and pay attention to 2 things. The words she chooses and that subtle nodding of her head.
We have nothing to hide. We have called for the full release of these files repeatedly. We think sunlight is the best disinfectant. Get the files out. They are slow walking it. They are redacting the names of men who are in it. They are stonewalling legitimate requests from members of Congress. That has nothing to do with us. Something is going on. They know it. I know it.
Did you catch the framing? We have nothing to hide. We have called for the full release of these files. That we is doing a lot of heavy lifting. She's wrapping herself and Bill Clinton into a single unit as if their position on this is identical, unquestioned, and, settled. But here's where it gets interesting. She claims they have called for the full release of the Epstein files, and yet, if you search for any public statement from Hillary Clinton mentioning Epstein or the Epstein files from the beginning of the Biden administration to the end of it, you find nothing. 0 results. 4 years of silence. Now notice that nodding. She says sunlight is the best disinfectant while nodding towards the interviewer. That is a classic agreement-seeking gesture. She is not making a statement. She is looking for validation. And then comes the deflection. They are slow-walking it. They are redacting names. She shifts blame entirely to the Trump administration, when in fact, redactions go all the way back through the Obama years. She frames it as if this is something being done to her, not something that she actually benefited from. Now, the interviewer asks Hillary directly about images of Bill Clinton in what happens to be a pool setting with women connected to Epstein. Watch Hillary's head the moment the question begins.
What was your reaction when you saw some of the material that has been released? I'm thinking, for example, of images of your husband apparently in a hot tub in a swimming pool on Epstein's plane. What was your reaction to that? And do you know the context surrounding some of those images?
Absolutely. And it wasn't a hot tub on a plane. It was one of the stops they made to look at philanthropic and charitable work that my husband has done, saving literally millions of lives around the world.
Notice that? Before she says a single word, her head is already slowly shaking no. That denial starts the instant the question is asked, not after she has processed it, not after she has formulated a response. My guess that this is a subconscious reaction to the fact that she has to face the most embarrassing question ever. Now, the interviewer actually made a mistake, suggesting Bill Clinton was in a hot tub on Epstein's plane, which is absurd, and Hillary seizes on that immediately. It wasn't a hot tub on a plane. That is a textbook deflection. You answer the weakest version of the question instead of the real one. The real question was, why was Bill Clinton in a pool with these women? She never addresses that. Instead, she pivots to philanthropic and charitable work and saving literally millions of lives around the world. As she says those words, pay attention. She's almost laughing. There's a microscope there. She finds it amusing that this is even being asked. But here's where the deflection turns into something more deliberate, because in her very next breath, Hillary doesn't just defend Bill. She tries to make this connection to Epstein sound completely normal.
It turned out that was done long before there was any public awareness and certainly any conviction of any crime by Jeffrey Epstein. So it was a short period of time that was in pursuit of charitable philanthropic work. A lot of people were traveling at the same time. Many staff members, guests, other supporters of the foundation. If Bill and I had a penny for every person we've taken pictures with, we would be extremely rich today.
A lot of people were traveling at the same time, many staff members, guests, and other supporters of the foundation. This is a delusion tactic. She's not denying that Bill flew with Epstein. We know he took at least 26 documented flights on Epstein's plane. 26! That is not a casual acquaintance. Instead of addressing that, she's floating the picture with other people. So if everybody was doing it, then it's not suspicious that Bill was doing it. It's the equivalent of saying that everyone speeds on the highway when you are the one who got pulled over. And then she delivers the line. If Bill and I had a penny for every person we've taken pictures with, we would be extremely rich today. That is a classic minimization, reducing documented flights on a convicted sex offender's private jet to the equivalent of posing for photos at a fundraiser. Notice her body language throughout this clip. The symmetrical gestures are back, measured, controlled, rehearsed. She knows exactly what she's doing to say because she has practiced this answer. This is not someone thinking on their feet. This is someone executing a prepared script. But what makes this interview so revealing is not any single lie or deflection. It's a system. In under 2 minutes, Hillary used 5 distinct tactics. Unity framing with we, false claims of transparency, blame shifting to the current administration, answering the weakest version of the question, and diluting Bill's involvement by flooding the frame with other people. That is how a trained person controls a narrative. And the reason I break this down for you is because these are not tactics exclusive to politicians. These are the exact same patterns you will find in a manipulative co-worker, in a toxic partner, in anyone who has learned to control a conversation instead of having a conversation. Once you learn to spot these 5 deflection tactics, you will recognize them instantly. And more importantly, you will stop falling for them. But now I want to hear from you. What was the body language signal that stood out to you the most? Was it the head denial before she even heard the full question? Was it the laughing while talking about saving millions of lives? Was it those symmetrical gestures that screamed rehearsal? Or was it something else entirely that I didn't even cover? Let me know in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Much love and bliss.